Hi everybody, welcome back to the Positive Prepper. Today's video is going to be pretty hard for a lot of people to hear. But I would recommend, especially if you know farmers, to let them know about this video. Have them watch it if you can. Our farmers, our livestock, our way of life are under attack, and they need to know, if they don't already, they need to know about these things. So most of what I'm going to talk about today has to do with China, and then also some things going on right here in the United States. But I'm going to start with China. So China has an initiative. It's called the China Initiative 2025. Okay. And their overall goal is by 2049 to be the #1 superpower. Okay. So here are some statistics that you should know about China. Semiconductors are made in China. They own 80% of the world supply of rare earth minerals that are vital to that technology for semiconductors. Okay? They own $1.06 trillion of our U.S. debt. They own 97% of U.S. antibiotics and 80% of ingredients in other pharmaceutical products. For example, they own 70% of the world's acetaminophen. Okay, they own Smithfield, which is the world's largest pork processor and hog producer. They have a controlling majority in about 2,400 U.S. companies, and that adds up to about $150 billion in U.S. companies. Okay, I just wanted to kind of give you that overview of the strategic value that China has placed on healthcare. Okay, so there was an Earth Summit, and Biden came out with his plan for 2030, and I'm gonna pull all of this together, so just bear with me. There's a lot of information. Biden's plan for 2030 at the Earth Summit was that by then, which is 9 years away, people in the United States will only be allowed 4 pounds, that's 4 pounds, of red meat per year. Okay? So some of the bills that have been coming out that have been sort of, I guess, helping that along. There's a new bill in Oregon, and it's called the IP13. Okay, what this does is it prohibits people from raising livestock for food, period. So, like I said, they want to prohibit raising livestock for food, period. So what they are doing is they're codifying livestock. Okay, so that would make killing animals, including chickens, pigs, cows, rabbits, whatever, they're going to call that animal abuse. And if you engage in husbandry practices, right, or you get your bulls castrated, that is sexual abuse of animals. Before any of these livestock can be consumed, they have to die of natural causes. Insanity. It's just insane what's going on. And this is real stuff. You can look it up. Okay. IP13 in Oregon. Look up Biden's plan for 2030 at the Earth Summit. Look up UN Prop 2030. Look up China's initiative for 2025. So along with that, Australia defines manure as industrial waste. So they don't view it anymore as something that farmers put on their fields, you know, to help their crops. In the EU right now, they're trying to make it so that you can't apply your manure to your own field in the spring or in the fall because it contaminates the water. And along with that, you can't grow green leafy vegetables next to like a ranch that's raising cattle, or you can't do both because that contaminates the green leafy vegetables. Okay, so you see where this is going, right? Colorado's Pause Act. I'm sure you guys have heard about that one. Same thing. They make it criminal for husbandry practices. Theirs is a little bit different. I believe that with theirs, animals would not be able, so you wouldn't be able to get lamb anymore. You wouldn't be able to get veal because they have to allow their livestock to live, I believe it's like 25% of their overall lifespan. So instead of a lamb being killed at 100 days old, which is where we get our lamb, you know, our leg of lamb chops, the sheep would have to be 3 years old before they could be processed. So there's just, it's absolutely insane. And I don't know if farmers, a lot of them are aware of it. I would hope they would be. But people have to wake up to this because it's happening so fast. And it's not giving people a lot of time to respond to it. In Oregon, there is 1.3 trillion heads of cattle. That's trillion with a TR. Okay, and this Oregon IP13 proposed bill, I can't imagine that the cattle ranchers are just going to go, okay, whatever, you know, we'll just wait till these beef cows die and then we'll process them. This is their way of life. At some point, if this gets passed, or even before that, when they all become aware of it, I can't imagine that they're just going to lay down and let this happen. So look for some pushback in a major way from that. So China, the UN Prop 2030, there's the New Hampshire bill, I think it's 537, that, you know, you have to title your animals almost like you would a car. So if if your cat has kittens, you have to get permission from the government to give away those kittens. You can't sell your calves or your chickens or anything like that without government approval. You have to register every. So if you have a worm farm or a bee farm, anything like that, you have to register the number of bees, the number of worms, the number of cats, the number of chickens. You have to register all of that. And essentially that hands everything over to the government where they can come in and they can euthanize them all. If there is a suspected case of something that comes from them, they can come in statewide and just euthanize your livestock or your pets or your backyard animals. It's crazy what's going on. And so we are being attacked on our food front. They're trying to get rid of the meat and fish industry by 2030. That's the goal. Look at UN Prop 2030. Farms small farms are going to be gone if this continues, if they get away with doing all of this stuff. I want to turn now real quick to your jobs and your small businesses. So we've all heard the term universal basic income, right? There's a trickle-down effect happening with this right now. Nobody wants to work. Because why? If I'm getting more in unemployment than what I got at my job, why should I leave that unemployment and go out into the job workforce, right? But what's happening now, and I see it, actually somebody just posted on Facebook, how all of this is happening and how it is extremely hurting our small businesses right now. If you are going to call an electrician or a plumber, good luck with that eventually as this trickles down, because nobody wants those jobs. And so restaurants, there's several restaurants in our area that have had to either stay closed because they can't get the staffing, or they've had to really shorten their hours because they can't get a line cook or they can't get waiters and waitresses. So then what happens is this gets everybody used to that whole universal basic income thing, right? What does that sound like to you? Not a direction we want to go, right? So the government will come in and they'll be like, here, I'm going to help you because I'm so altruistic, yeah, in the words of my husband, right? And so we're going to come in and help you, but things have to be done this way. And pretty soon your business and your employees become property of the government. What does that sound like to you? So they're going to control what you eat. They're going to control the farms. They're going to control your businesses. And it is all heading down a road that I don't think any of us want to go. But I'm especially making this video, as I said in the beginning, if you know farmers, especially the small-owned farm ranchers, people that raise pigs, chickens, they need to understand that there is a war going on against their livelihood, against their generational farms, and against what we in the future will be allowed to consume, because that's what they want. So please let people know about this. Share this video. Send people the link. Get them on here to watch it. We are in a huge fork in the road right now as far as where's our line in the sand. How much more are we going to let the government tell us what we can and cannot do with the things that are on our property, including our livestock? Okay? I'm going to try to end this on a positive note. This is Positive Prepper after all. There's a lot of people out there that are ready and willing to stand up against this. So we have to get a movement going to fight this. And we have God on our side. We're not going to lose in the end. God bless.